How do you handle conflict resolution in the workplace? It's one of the most dreaded things that most leaders would say dog them as a leader. But I have a solution for you, so stay tuned. I'm going to share with you how you can speed read people so that you can greatly reduce conflict in the workplace. Because when you can understand how a person approaches life and work, you can much better reduce conflict and help get the results that you want as a leader. Have you ever had that boss that you could hardly stand, that you tried to avoid at all costs? I had a boss when I was the chief operating officer and executive director of this employee assistance and wellness company that I really didn't like. And yet he's my boss. And so I'm interacting with him all the time. And the reason being is that we saw the world so differently that there would often be conflict and I would just leave in knots and upset. But I'm going to share with you, so stay tuned toward the end, a tool that will help you to be able to speed read people so that you can adjust your approach, quote unquote, when in Rome, speak as the Romans do, so that you can get better results and reduce conflict in the workplace. Have you taken a personality profile before? There's all kinds out there. And I want to distill this into something very simple that you can apply immediately in the few moments that we have together. Now, basically, when they started coming out with these personality reading traits, you can't pigeonhole somebody completely. But in the workplace, you can get an idea. The whole goal here is to create empathy so you can understand somebody. You're not going to understand every single behavioral attribute that they might have, but if you can get a general idea, and there are 4 basic ideas. In the 50s, what the research said, hey, there are people who are more extroverted and there are people who are more introverted. Extrovert, introvert. Okay, so I can look at somebody and go, oh, extroverted or introverted. I can get an idea looking at how they express, or they use their hands, are they more forceful, or do they pull back and withdraw? You can get an idea, right? So extrovert, introvert. Then there are people who are more task-oriented, and then there are people in the quadrant over here who are more people-oriented. Well, we can see that extrovert, introvert, task, and people. There you have 4 quadrants. I want to give you some animals that will help you remember these quadrants. Let me preface this. Every personality is important. One is not better than another, and any strength in any one of these personalities that is overused becomes a weakness. But when it's used from a good, genuine heart, it is an incredible strength. So the first, if you will, is the lion. Extrovert, task-oriented. Extrovert, a lion. When you think of a lion, you can think of somebody who is decisive, who likes to be in charge, who makes decisions quickly, and likes things to move along. There's your lion. So now the next animal in our quadrant, we have extrovert, introvert, okay? We have task, we have people. So here we have extrovert, people. Give the animal there a dolphin. When you think of a dolphin, what does a dolphin do? Are they extroverted? Yes. Oftentimes, if you go to SeaWorld, they're in the middle of the program, and they're talking all kinds of things, right? Out of the ocean, you often see that they're playing and they're talking. So we have an extrovert, definitely. Are they more task-oriented or are they more people-oriented? Well, they're definitely more people-oriented. So as you look at a dolphin, you see somebody who is very social, who's very extroverted, who is focused on people. So we have a lion, we have a dolphin. Then we come down here, we have the extrovert, introvert, so we're the introvert quadrant, and task-oriented. And the animal that I've come up with that is a owl. You think of an owl. Are they task-oriented? Yes, as you think, an owl steps back and they just look. They're analyzing before they take any action. And they are introverted. They're more quiet. You see an owl, they analyze things. They want to make sure they get it right. It's important for them to understand what the instructions are. So that's our owl. And our last quadrant right here, are you having fun? This is kind of fun, right? You get these 4 animals, it's awesome. So now we have, again, the quadrants. We have extrovert, introvert, task, people. So now we have the animal of a retriever, a dog. You think, are they more introverted? Yes. And are they more people-oriented? Absolutely. They're kind of the glue that holds an organization together. They're behind the scenes. They love people. They don't love to be in front of everyone. But when you can speed read people and understand, number one, the first thing I'll ask myself when I meet a new person, or if you're going in to have a conversation with somebody that could be heightened, understand that there could be conflict or disagreement. Do this profiling. You can do it all the time, meeting somebody new or with a team member or whatever the case might be in order to help reduce conflict. You speed read. You go, number one, do they appear to be more extroverted, more introverted? Do they appear to be more task or more people-oriented? Then I know the language to talk, because if I go in and let's say that I'm going in and I'm talking all kinds of data and how-tos, nitty-gritty, and I'm doing that with a dolphin or a retriever, how do they respond? Not so good. I am a dolphin off the chart. My boss, Robert, he is a lion off the chart. So what happens when you have an extrovert, people-oriented, with an extrovert, task-oriented? What's my main way to influence my environment? It's through talking. It's through people. And so I would go in to a lion and I'm going, whoa, 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 right? And a lion, what does that cause in a lion? Anxiety. And then he just wants to smack my muzzle or whatever you call the dolphin's bill right off. Drives him crazy. But when I took a time out and I said, you know what, Doug? This conflict that you're having with him and seeing things differently, and there'd been some conflict with some of our contacts. I needed to pause and say, step back, Doug, breathe. What is he? He is definitely extroverted and he's task. What are you? I'm extroverted, people. Okay, you need to speak his language. Let him make decisions. Get his advice. Help him be involved in that decision-making process. So I went in, and I remember the day this happened, I went and said, hey, Robert, we've got an issue. It happens to be with CSX Railroad, one of our clients. And I said, I've come up with 3 options, A, B, C. I think B is going to be the best option. What do you think? B, I'll support you in that. It changed our relationship. Do we still have conflict? Yes. But as I understood him, understood his language, it changed everything. Say, I'm just going to pause for a moment. And as you look at extrovert, introvert, task, or people, am I a lion? Am I a dolphin? Am I an owl? Or am I a retriever? I'd love to hear in the comments what you are, as you would do a quick speed read on yourself. The other thing is I want you to identify one person in the work environment that you're having some conflict with, that you would need some more empathy, that when in Rome, speak as the Romans do. And I want you to go through and identify so you can have better empathy what animal style they are. Are they a lion? Are they a dolphin? Are they an owl? Or are they a retriever? And then design a strategy that you can go into their world and help to reduce conflict so you can work to a resolution. So hey, if you loved this video and you got some good information from it, go check out my video number 5, how to develop empathy as a leader, because it will take this and just put it on steroids.